Located in the capital of Civitas Illa Fortis lies the Fortis Colosseum. A brand new minigame boasting inferno level difficulty. A true test to one's skill and problem solving, which only the best of players can complete. And that's where I come in. Hi, my name's Corin and this is my Zeah-locked Ironman. My goal? To complete the Fortis Colosseum whilst being unable to ever leave the continent of Zeah. So there are two main goals that are probably overreaching this one episode. So the main goals I have set for myself at the moment is 1, Winter Todd, because I would like to do that while I'm still 10 HP and Zeah only has 2 items of warm clothing available, so if I go above 10 HP I start to take a lot of damage, so I'd rather avoid that. And yeah, for Winter Todd there are a few things I need which I'll get into in a bit. But the second one, arguably the more important one, is that I do want to set up farming runs. So farming is going to be a long running issue as well as Herblore in this account, where it's kind of just a huge time gate. I'm not sure how long it's going to take getting enough for, say, brews or restores, having only 2 herb patches available. So yeah, I do want to start that as soon as possible. I'm going to be trying to get that through, I guess, just farming for allotments. But yeah, I mean, for especially the early game, farming is pretty much just passive, so that's why I've set 2 goals, because I want to work towards getting to Winter Todd while having these passive farming runs, getting me up to 34 for Tithe Farm, which is when, you know, things start to actually kick off. But for now, I do want to unlock minecarts, which are a very, very nice transportation method all around Zeah, so that is the first order of business. I know 60 agility is nice and I got it last episode, but I'm obviously, you don't expect me to walk around the entirety of Zeah, do you? Oh my goodness. I have to walk all the way back to Winter Todd and then all the way back. Is it bad that I'm considering just logging out for 20 minutes and waiting for my Arceus home teleport again? And here we are. That should be the quest complete. Yep, here we go. Free use of the Loverkenge minecarts. 6,000. Oh, 6,000 coins. That's actually very, very nice. Oh, that's going to be very useful. 500 mining, 500 smithing, and an extra teleport in the memoir. Lovely. I'm not sure if adding another page will reset those teleports, but we'll find out when we do the next house quest, I guess. But for now, the plan is, you know it. Oh, yes, going straight to Chambers. We are here to start off our grind for the Steel Axe. Yeah, I know Chambers probably isn't the first thing you'd think of when it comes to getting a Steel Axe, but there are actually quite a few steps involved before I can actually get one. One of them being that I need to make money so that I can buy pickaxes to actually get the smithing level. So the reason we're here is to get 15 Hunter, and that will unlock a certain money maker that we'll be doing soon. And the way we're getting this Hunter level is actually just by catching level 1 bats inside of the farming rooms in Chambers. So I don't know how much XP this is going to be, but it's one of the only methods I can use to get Hunter XP at level 1 that aren't birds, and I think this is a little bit more interesting, so we'll do that. So I've grabbed my butterfly net and we are going to do some scouting. So the thing I'm looking for is a raid like this, where F, in this little corner here, the farming room is the first room. You can see here that this is the fishing room, so we want to scout until we find a room without fishing patches in. So I'm going to leave this raid, I'm going to rejoin, and then I'm going to see if I can't scout a room with bats in it. So hopefully it doesn't take long, but you know, with this new raid reloader that they've added recently, I've not used it yet, it's so nice, it shouldn't take too long anyway. Oh, this is promising. I don't see a fishing spot, so this must be bats, right? Come on, let it be bats. Hunter? Here we are, the Guanic bat. Okay, so this is my level 1 hunter method. There are actually, I realized in the 5 minutes where I was sort of walking to Chambers, there are actually Crimson Swifts in the Cabos Lowlands, which are level 1 hunter birds, but they're in a bit of a dangerous area and I don't really want to lose my status, so this is where I'll be until level 15 hunter. So I'm going to go and check the XP rates, and hopefully it won't take too long, but oh goodness. You know, you might think doing a grind where you get 5 XP drops for catching bats and it's not even a 100% success rate would be boring or slow. But this is a man who's just got 60 agility on a level 5 obstacle course. So this is very fast for me. If I can catch this thing. Whoa, what was that movement? Level 2 hunter! It only took me like 2-3 minutes, so it looks like my XP rates at the moment are about 1.5k XP an hour, so, you know, only about a quarter of what I was getting at agility, but I only need to get 15, right? So how long could it possibly take? Level 3, level 4, there is 5, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9, level 10, 11, there's 12, 13, 14, one last level. There should be the last bat, and that is 15 hunter. So overall, not a super long grind, about 1.5k XP an hour I was averaging. So yeah, I mean, this is easy at this point. You know, the best thing as well, no animals were harmed in the making of this video. We do love a bit of conservation, so. But for now, it's back down to the minecarts, and now I can finally begin the method that I wanted to try, well, ever since I really discovered it. And it is located in Piscarilius, so let's go. And all I'm going to need for this method, as I bank at the Piscarilius bank, is a spade, coins, and I believe I need buckets as well. So people who have done favour in the past, you old men or women, you'll remember this. So it is sandworms. So what I'm going to do is hopefully I can dig up an inventory now, collect the sandworms. Oh, this is good hunter XP as well. I might just do this to... He just stole my sandworm! Anyway, so I'm going to get an inventory of this, and I'm going to get back to you once I have it, and we'll see how much money we make off of selling these things. Okay, so we have our full inventory. It barely took any time at all, and all we need to do is take the grubs out of these buckets. So we get all of these sandworms here, 73 sandworms. And if you look at our coin stack, we have 6k at the moment, 9.3k. So that was 3k gold for maybe like a minute or two of work. And the best thing is I get a decent amount of hunter XP from this as well. And there we go. That's, I want to say, nearly exactly an hour of getting these sandworms. I have managed to get 2,400 of them, which is, I think, is quite a lot. And I also got 27 hunters, so an hour of sandworms is definitely better than an hour of bats. So I might keep doing this until I get the hunter for aerial fishing. But yeah, for now, I am going to sell these. I think I will probably hop and sell them 10 at a time just to get as much money as I can out of them. And yeah, let's see how much money we actually make from 1 hour of digging up these sandworms. Okay, and should be one last inventory, and there we are. 122k, that's not too bad actually. An hour of work, I needed hunter XP anyway, so yeah, that is a nice little bit of starter cash. Okay, and while I'm finishing up Queen of Thieves here, which is the Piscarilius quest line, I thought I might as well do it as I'm in the area. I do want to talk about how I plan to do farming, and I think the next goal for me is to go to the charter ships and buy maybe 1,000 or so pineapples just to make into super compost. I've unlocked minecarts now, so I can access the Hesidious patch quite fast whenever I need to make compost, so it shouldn't be that bad. I do want to get a head start on farming though, because it is going to be fairly slow to get all the way to 34, even with the Garden of Death quest, which gives a bunch of XP. So yeah, I do plan on starting that as soon as I am done with this quest here. Question for you guys, are you a brutal murderer or are you a soft murderer? There's Queen of Thieves completed. That is another teleport page in my book. Okay, so what I believe I want to start doing now is making super compost. I know they've actually added charter ships to the ports here, so that's very nice. Cross this gangplank and yeah, I think there's a deposit box there. There's a charter ship. Okay, beautiful. And yeah, they're fully stocked. Yes. Okay, this is very, very good. Okay, so these new charters are actually, first of all, my crafting XP. I'm going to get most of it by banking these soda ashes and buckets of sand. But yeah, I can also buy pineapples here, which I can turn into super compost. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably buy about 1,000 of them. And hopefully that sorts me out for at least a decent while. Oh, and here's something you might not know about bank deposit boxes. If you use an item on them, you won't actually go into the interface, and you can just store them pretty much instantly, so that's very nice. Okay, and there should be 1,500 pineapples. I doubt I'll be getting through these anytime soon, so that is a lot of super compost for the foreseeable future, and that didn't take long at all. Yeah, I don't think this is how you're supposed to put in compost. Anyway, so this is the first super compost run of many. I do need to get 34 farming for Tithe Farm, as I mentioned previously. This super compost will help a lot because adding it to a patch just gives you a bunch of bonus XP. But obviously, it's not everything, so we will need to actually go to master farms as well. So while we're doing these compost runs, I'm going to be leveling up some thieving. And welcome to the fruit stalls. This is probably going to be my home until I'd say about 50 thieving. It's pretty decent XP rate, so it shouldn't take me too long, but it's actually quite funny because you save 1 extra tick by running between these 2 fruit stalls here rather than staying at 1 and just spam clicking. So this is actually one of the reasons that I wanted to get agility done faster, because I wanted to save that little bit of extra run energy by running between these 2 things. And in terms of loot from this, all you really get is some random fruit. You do get Galova Nova fruit tops, so that is a nice +4 herblore boost when I do have the cooking level and I need the boost, so I will be keeping those. And they also drop strange fruit, which are pretty much the only way I can restore run energy this early into the game. So I'm going to be banking those 2, and the rest of it I'll probably just be dropping. And it appears my run energy has run out very fast, so this is where the agility comes into play. I can just sit here and let it regen. Beautiful. There is 35 thieving. And after a lovely visit from Mr. Count Check himself, there is 7 Slayer. Lovely. There is a 40 thieving. A lovely little Gravekeeper random. And a quick tip for this random event, if you actually mark the colours of the sarcophaguses, they don't change, and you can mark on the floor which symbol they represent, so you can do this super fast. Okay, so we reached a little jump in the recording. Turns out that I was filming a black screen for the past few hours, so yeah, we have started Master Farmers now. We're about 50 thieving, so you've not missed much. I'm probably going to be here for about 1,000 pickpockets just to see how many seeds we get, so hopefully it'll be enough to get us to 34. Ooh, and the first harvest is ready. Let's see how abysmal the XP is. Come on, give me these onions. 10 XP. We're gonna be here a while. At least they grow fast. Oh. If you've never done Master Farmers without having, 94 thieving and the Ardy Diary, or, the thieving cape, where you have 100% success rate, when you pickpocket them,
like even anywhere close to the level where you unlock them, they just smack the shit out of you. I swear. It must be like maybe a 60% chance of actually succeeding to thieve them, maybe even less. So I went through so many cakes doing this. Like, I mean, obviously it was worth because I got a bunch of seeds, but oh my lord, I took so much damage. And it's like 30% of my health they hit every time they smack me as well. So it's terrifying. Like, it's actually terrifying picking these pockets. Jeez. Anyway, there's 51 thieving. Level 9 farming. You know I've been keeping up with those allotment runs every time I'm banking from the master farmers. There is 52 thieving. This took way longer than you'd expect. Oh, and funny little fact about the removal of house favour is that the Hasidius patch is no longer protected, which usually it would be if you had 100% Hasidius favour. So yeah, I had a lot of crops die on me during this. Lovely stuff. And the best part is, it's now locked behind the medium Koren diaries, which I can't do. I can't do them. Okay, we have just hit 1,000 master farmers pickpocketed. This took way too long. I know I'm going to need to go back, but yeah, not for now. Luckily, I have more than enough seeds that I'll need to get to level 34 farming, so that is that out of the way, and we can continue on with the Wintertod prep. And the first stop on our spending spree is Piscarilius. We've picked up a bunch of fishing supplies, so hopefully I can get a decently high fishing level before Wintertod. You don't technically need these levels to, do Wintertod, but having a higher fishing level, cooking level, etc., they always help with the loot rolls on the chests, so might as well get up a little bit. And yeah, it's just something to AFK if I do need to. And speaking of AFK, that's literally the first thing I did once I bought these supplies. I started fishing. I wanted to get at least level 20 so I could start fly fishing outside the farming guild when I needed to. So yeah, a little bit of AFK in Piscarilius. I decided to start editing my first video, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And this actually also happened while I was fishing, which I find absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I was just doing a bit of trolling as the Snakeskin Bandit, and yeah, I mean, I've never even PK'd more than maybe an AGS, so this was very, very unexpected to say the least.
Here in Lovikenge, you can actually buy every single tier of pickaxe, apart from Dragon obviously, so we've got a bunch of money from our Sandworm, so let's just buy all of them. As mentioned before, for Wintertod I need a steel axe, so that needs 31 smithing. The only way that I can get this is, by mining and smithing the ores I get, so up until level 15 all I can make is bronze, so I will be mining tin ore and copper ore near the bank by sand crabs. I believe this is probably the closest place to a bank I can do it. But yeah, I probably need to bank about 120, 130 of each of the ores, and then hopefully that will get me to 15, in which point I can do iron. And we are finally here at the copper and tin mine, so hopefully this shouldn't take too long. I doubt it will, so let's just get started. And one thing I find is quite funny is I have to walk through these sand crabs, and they're actually they're actually quite dangerous. If I DC and one's aggro me, I'm literally just dead, so I never thought I'd be risking my status to sand crabs, like, what?
There is level 10 mining. We are nearly done with the copper ore. There's the copper ore done, 123 on to tin. And there's level 20 mining off of copper and tin. Interesting. Okay, so we are done now with the copper and tin ore, so we need to move on to mining iron, which is going to be the main thing I'm going to be smithing throughout the entire account, actually. So I believe the best iron mine next to a bank is probably in Mount Karum, which I must admit is kind of a trek away, but I think we can get the minecart there. And yes, if you're curious, I will need to smelt iron into iron bars at a 50% success rate. That is my best in slot at the moment. And boarding one of the new minecarts actually added in the new Great Corrender rework with the removed favor. There is one now at the Farming Guild. So whenever I need to beat the Farming Guild, I use this. And also whenever I need to go to Mount Karum, which is all the way over there, I will be using this. And funny enough, this is actually the route I'll be going to do my herb runs and allotment runs during my mining grind that I'm doing right now. So yeah, it's a bit of a long one, but you know what? It is worth it to get the farming levels. Very, very much worth it. And here we are, just walking to the mine now. There is a triple iron spot and it is fairly close to the bank. So yeah, I'm actually a lot more excited for this grind than I was for the copper and tin, although this will take a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm gonna have a nice chill time mining. I think I need around 650 iron ore. It all depends if through smelting them to bars I get a high yield, because there is a 50% chance they just disintegrate. So the goal is to make about 330 bars, so yeah, 660-ish iron ore. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll just have to see. I'm fine going back here to mine a little bit more. And the good thing is that this spot is actually right next to where I'll be smelting the iron, so I will see if I need more or less iron ore once I started smelting them, and obviously the mine is right here, so not too shabby. Okay, so it is time for a farm run, but I had a little idea. I think it might actually be faster to teleport to Arceus and then use the minecart to go from there to Hesidius. So I am going to test that, and then on the way back I'll time it again, and then hopefully I found a little bit of a faster method to actually go about my farm runs, because at this point they are very slow. Just go in there, at least I imagine. So yeah, let's see. So teleport into Arceus and the timer is on. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, so that took about 1 minute and 20 seconds from the home telly. So I'm already pretty sure it's just faster than the method of just running there. So I will probably wait for my run energy to restore here while I farm. And oh wait, my tomato and my rosemary died. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wait for my run energy to restore before making the trip back, and I'll time that as well, so we actually have a definitive proof that the teleport method is better. Okay, we are here now, and yeah, that was about 2 minutes 10 seconds, so I'm definitely going to be teleporting from now on. That saves so much time. I'm so glad I did that, because if I didn't have that idea, I'd be doing this long-ass walks. Yeah, alright, beautiful. I feel a lot better about my farm runs now, so I can actually do them in a little bit faster time, so that is very, very nice. And there is 30 mining. The levels are coming in quite fast, I must admit. And with this final inventory of iron, I should have all of the resources I need to actually get 31 smithing, so I guess let's begin by smelting the bronze bars. Okay, so the bronze bars have been made at the furnace right next to the bank, but I still don't have the level to smelt the iron I have into iron bars, so I'm going to have to make a quick stop in Kingstown, where there is an anvil that I should be able to use fairly easily, so let's go there. Oh, by the way, this Arceus teleport is even better because you can literally one-click the minecart from where you teleport in.
And here we are, that didn't take too long. The bank is upstairs, so let's get smithing. Okay, overshot it a little bit of the bronze, but there's 16 smithing. Let's go back to Mount Karum and start smelting our iron. Can't wait for this. And a quick farm run before we head off gets us to 20 farming, so we can actually do the Garden of Death quest now, which is 10k farming XP, which is a lot, so we're actually a lot closer to getting 34 farming than I initially thought. I thought it would take a lot longer. I believe the threshold for when I can actually push to 34 farming with the 10k XP reward is around about 10.5k farming XP, so we're nearly halfway there. It's only really taken about a day of actual farming, so it will really not take too long. And we are back at the Mount Karum furnace, and our first inventory is a perfect 50% success ratio. That's all I could really hope for, to be honest. There is 20 smithing, 11 to go. And with this final inventory of iron bars, we are done. And luckily we didn't fail enough so that we needed to mine more iron, so that should be enough for us to get 31 smithing. So one last trip down to Kingstown and let's go make our steel axe. I made all of these iron bars into iron arrowheads, by the way, for future fletching XP, but here is 31 smithing, so we are finally done. I want to say it took at least maybe 4 or 5 hours to sort that all out from beginning to end, so it's nice that it's done, and yeah, let's go make the steel axe.
And there is the steel bar. And finally, after, oh, God knows how long, there is a steel axe. So we are now set. We have our best in slot axe for Wintertodt, so I guess there's only one thing left to do, and it's to get the level for it. So let's go.